Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist feeds off of your energy. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. Now, I created this video earlier this afternoon, and it looks like the narcissist got their grubby little fingers in my video. It didn't upload properly. It was a 17-minute and 4-second video, I believe, and turned out to be 59 minutes and 59 seconds because of the heat or something went wrong, something malfunctioned. But see, that's an example of how the narcissist wants to feed off of your energy. You see, I am resilient, I am committed, I am determined, I am on the path, and I have healed. And my hope is that's what you're doing or that's what you're about to do. But one thing you will figure out is that the narcissist was feeding off of your energy. And what is your energy? Your energy is your time, it's your money, it's your empathy, your love, your commitment. It's your relationships, it's your hobbies, it's your purpose, it's your job, it's your home, it's everything. Energy is what this planet is made of. I am made of energy and so are you. The thing is with the narcissist, they want to steal people's beautiful, bright, shining light, i.e. energy, and use it for their own. This is why people that enter these relationships, they do not have the wisdom, they do not have boundaries, they are vulnerable, they are naive, and they are looking to enter a relationship with somebody who they believe is like-minded or somebody who has their best interest at heart. The narcissist has nobody's best interest at heart but their own, and they want to assimilate themselves with people who become targets. Again, you probably were new in the area, new on the job, new in the neighborhood, new in the classroom. You were new in the place you just relocated to, or you were vulnerable. And you certainly were naive and you didn't have boundaries, and you didn't realize that energy, it wasn't just what you put into your car, whether it's electricity or gas. Energy is your time and it's everything about you. And the narcissist feeds off of this. So as I shared earlier in today's video that I had to delete because it wasn't going to be useful to people, what the narcissist does is they want to control people's emotions. Now, how they do this is very simply in the beginning. In the beginning of the relationship, usually there's something what is known as the love bomb stage or the euphoric stage. This is when the person thinks that this relationship is going somewhere where it is not going, and they're being smothered with fake adoration, fake love, and fake commitment, fake growth, and they're being future faked and so many other things. And once the narcissist knew that they had that person love bombed enough, then they began to pull back. Example, let's say your relationship, hypothetically, was a romantic relationship, and it didn't have to be, but say it was. Well, I can assure you, you were love bombed in the beginning of that relationship, and this person liked the same music you liked, they liked the same food you liked, they wore the same clothes, or they had gone to the same vacation spots or wanted to go to the same vacation spots as you. And next thing you know, they're spending a lot of time with you, and you're getting your phone lit up like a Christmas tree with emojis and with texts in the morning, missing you, thinking of you, how are you, and same thing at night. And next thing you know, your time is being consumed, hence your energy. And now you're thinking about that person morning, noon, and night. And the more you were thinking about them and the more you were communicating with them, the more they try to sink those hooks or fangs into you as deep as they possibly could get into you, because they knew there would be a big payoff later for them once they had you where they wanted you. And as that relationship progressed, you probably went from friends to spending a little extra time together to now sharing hobbies or restaurant, who would buy the food. And everything seemed almost too good to be true in the beginning because, well, it was too good to be true. You were being love bombed. Now, fast forward. When the narcissist knew that they had you locked down, which means wedding bells rang, or you had children, or you went into business with them, or relocated, or told them you loved them, or you just inherited money or something, then they knew, okay, now I need to really, really get my claws sunken into them as long as, or deeper as I possibly can. And as that was happening, next thing you know, the dynamic of that relationship shifted. It wasn't 50-50 or 40-60 or 45-55. It now went at light speed, 99% to 1%. You were giving 99% and receiving 1%, and the 1% you were receiving was not even from the narcissist. It was from somebody else that they were stealing from. Again, you didn't know this back then. You weren't taught this in school, so how could you know that you were being love bombed, and how could you know that you were falling to that zombie-like, trance-like state, which is known as the narcissistic fog? Now you're understanding that, and now you realize your energy is priceless, And this is what the narcissist wanted to take from you. So think about your mindset for a moment. One of the most challenging and difficult things for people to do post-relationship is to get their clarity, to get their mind back, and to understand what actually happened to them, how it happened, how they did not know what was going on until it was too late, how the narcissist insidiously crept or slithered into their life, and how the narcissist took anything that they possibly could from them, including their energy. Once you wrap your head around that, then you say, okay, wait a minute, my mindset is never, and I mean never, going to be toyed with again. It will never be manipulated, it will never be taken advantage of, and my energy will be used for myself. Again, the narcissist knew what they were doing. They put their clothes on the exact same way you do, and they breathe the same air. And they knew that if they could get you in that relationship, that they could steal your energy and your mind and your mindset and your purpose and your money and 401k and everything they wanted. Now here's an example of a weekend with the narcissist. And this may resonate with you. This is an example, and maybe you understand, but here's how the narcissist steals your energy and or feeds off of your energy. Let's say there are two people. One person is the toxic person, the other person's the narcissist, and the narcissist is now peppering the non-narcissist with verbal abuse, and they're blaming them, and they're saying, why didn't you do this? You should get a better job. I can't believe this house is so dirty. Why don't you cook and clean? I can't believe you're not taking care of the dog. And they're peppering that person. Well, that person who turned out to be you, probably, you were going to work. You're holding down a 9-to-5 job. And in your home, you were being treated less than. You were being treated like a servant, like a pawn, like a puppet, like an indentured servant, if you will. Now, on the outside, you weren't treated much better because complete strangers were being treated better than you, and your energy was being stolen. You couldn't figure out why this was happening. It was happening because you were being abused and manipulated at the hands of a narcissist, or perhaps somebody worse, and you didn't even know what narcissism was back then. But as this example will share, so it's a weekend. Let's say you get off work and you were supposed to have plans with the person who turned out to be the narcissist. You're gonna have dinner plans with them. Okay, well, you text them at 5 o'clock and you're saying, hey, I'm getting out of work in 20 minutes. What do we want for dinner? What should I grab and what should I pick up and everything? And the person, the narcissist, they say, well, hey, I think you should pick up this and do this, and don't forget, pick up the dry clean and take care of the vet, and we need more food, and you've got to take care of this bill and put gas in the car and all these things. Well, you do all those things. Now let's say that you're home at 7 o'clock at night, a little bit later than you wanted, but you did everything, and you ordered the food, or you had the food ready, and it's all set, and now it's 7:30 as an example. Well, then you text the narcissist and you say, hey, I'm here, I'm ready, I did everything, and let's go, let's have a great weekend, let's have a great Friday night. And they ghost you. They do not answer you, they do not respond. They leave that message unread, as this example will illustrate. Well, now you're calling them and you're texting them and you're wondering where they are. Are they okay? Are they safe? Did they get stuck in traffic? Did they get a flat tire? What's going on? Well, 7:30 rolls into 10 o'clock at night. Now you're frantic. You haven't eaten. You're calling other people, wondering where your partner is, and your partner's nowhere to be found. Next thing you know, it's 12:30 in the morning. Now this is about 5 hours too late. Front door opens, it's the narcissist. Again, you didn't know they were one. And they say, hey, how have you been? What's going on? How was your day at work? Was everything good? And they're acting as if nothing happened. And you are not yourself, because your energy has been stolen from you, and they're feeding off of this. Now, where they were, who they were with, and what they were doing, that's up for someone else to figure out. But what we do know is they weren't with you. And when they weren't with you, you will never know where they were. But they claimed that they were at work, and they claimed they didn't have cell phone service, and they claimed that they told you, and they claimed that they knew that you knew they were going to stay late. And then they claimed they went for a drink after work with one of their best friends at work, who, by the way, is the same sex as you. So they're triangulating you with that. And then they come home at 12:30, and they're like, acting as if nothing ever happened. What do? They say, how come you didn't text me or call me? And you say, well, check your phone. And they say, oh, I'll be back. I just have to go upstairs, grab a shower. Well, they're deflecting the question. They run upstairs, they grab a shower. Next thing you know, they're in bed, and you're saying, what's going on? Aren't we going to talk about what happened? And they say, not tonight. I'm too tired. Let's just talk about it tomorrow. So what do? Because you don't know they're a narcissist, you let it go. You're steaming. You're furious. You're not yourself. You try to go to sleep, but then you think to yourself, okay, well, they're home, and they're in one piece. So whatever it was, we can talk about it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning rolls around, it's a Saturday morning. It's now 8:15. You usually get up and go to work at 6:30, but you slept in a little bit because you were working 9 to 5, and it's your weekend, and you have Saturday off, and you're looking forward to spending time with this person. It turns out to be toxic. Well, you roll over, they're long gone, and their clothes are littered all over the bedroom. and you look and you say, well, I wonder, maybe they're downstairs, maybe they're grabbing breakfast or something. You stumble downstairs, and who's down there? Nobody. But there is a sink full of dishes and pots and pans that need to be cleaned. By who? By you. And then what do? You go upstairs and you say, well, I can't believe this Saturday morning they're not here. I wonder where they are. You text them, you call them, and then they get the 2 blue check marks, or you get the 2 blue check marks, and they say, I'm fine, call you soon, whatever. Boom. Next thing you know, you, because you're who you are and you're uneducated and you are in the trauma bond and you're in the narcissistic fog, you go up, grab a shower, you come down, you clean up. You have the kitchen spick and span, you do their laundry, you clean windows, you take care of the dogs, you organize the coffee table, you do everything you possibly can. And now it is, let's say 12 o'clock midday. You call them again. Hey, what's happening? Are you coming home, or where are you? What are you doing? And then again, radio silence, nothing happens. Now your energy has just been zapped and they are feeding off of it. You may say, how are they feeding off of your energy if you're not even in the same place as they are? Well, because they know that they're ignoring you. They know that they're giving you the silent treatment. They know they're with a new supply source, and they know that you can't do anything about it. But above all, they know that you don't know who they are. Now 12 o'clock turns into 4, and now you've done everything you can. You've washed the car, you've vacuumed, you've straightened up every book possible, and you've made the place spick and span spotless. The narcissist rolls home. It's 4 o'clock. And again, they look at you and say, wow, it looks like you've been busy. And you're like, yeah, I cleaned up. Aren't you proud of me? I mean, the house looks incredible, doesn't it? And so where have you been? And what happened last night? And they're like, well, I don't want to talk about it right now. I think I'm just going to grab a shower. And then if you want to grab a bite to eat, we can grab some dinner tonight. And then you're all excited like a little puppy dog because you don't know what you're up against. And you're excited to spend some time with the person because, yes, you are in a trauma bond. They go upstairs and grab a shower. And you must wonder why they need a shower. Wink, wink. Then they come down, and then they're looking pretty good, and they're looking healthy, and they're looking like they're topped up with supply, but you don't know what supply is, but they're in a better than usual mood. And they're laughing and humming and dancing and singing, and they're having a great time, and you're saying, wow, all right, well, they were gone last night, they were gone today, but hey, they're in a great mood. I need to take advantage of this. Maybe this can last the whole night. Maybe it can even roll into tomorrow, which is Sunday. And then you ask them, hey, what do you want to do for dinner? And then they say, oh, you decide. And then you say, okay, well, I'll pick out the favorite restaurant, I'll have it delivered, and I'll order it right now. What would you like? And they say, you know my favorite. And then you order what you think is their favorite. Food comes an hour later, and boom, they are complaining because the food is too hot, it's too spicy, it's not spicy enough, they forgot a certain kind of food, or they left something out, or there's an ingredient missing, or whatever, and now your dinner experience with them has now been blown up, and they are feeding off of you and your energy. You see, you can't do anything right when you're with these people, and they know it. They will twist the knife in any way they want to and as deep as they want to. So now you're thinking, all right, dinner's over with, whatever, we got through it. Maybe we can have a romantic evening and watch a romantic movie and snuggle and who knows, maybe some intimacy. And then they say, you know, that sounds great. Why don't you pick out the movie and I'll be upstairs in a little bit. And so they're downstairs while you're going upstairs because that's where the TV is and you have all the movies and everything lined up. You pick something out after a half an hour. You really took your time. You lined it up. You got the movie ready. And you said, hey, it's time for the movie. You ready to come up? And they say, I'll be up there in 30 minutes. Start it without me. No big thing. And now you're really scratching your head. You're saying, you're telling me you weren't here last night. You weren't here today. You blew up dinner. And now you wanted to watch a movie because you wanted to have a romantic evening with just the two of us. And now you are staying downstairs. Well, they claim, listen, I can't be there right now. I have to talk to my sister. I have to talk to my brother. And this is way more important. That movie we can watch anytime. And what do? Because you're so beaten down and you're so crushed and you're so trapped in the narcissistic fog, you hit play. You start watching it. 10 minutes turn into 20, 20 turns into 45. Next thing you know, the movie's more than halfway over. And boom, the toxic person walks up the stairs and sits down next to you. And what do they have? They have their iPad, their smartphone, their tablet, and maybe even a laptop. And they make a nice little fort with all of these devices. And they say, hey, how's the movie? Is it fun? Are you enjoying it? You having a good time? And they give you a little wink, they give you a little smile, they give you a smirk. And then you're looking at them, hey, wait, they're paying attention to me. Oh my gosh, we still could salvage something tonight. And you say, yeah, it's a great movie. You want me to tell you what it is? And they're like, no, it's okay, you can just finish it without me. I've got some work to do. And what do? They put their headset on sitting right next to you, but you're sitting right next to them. And remember, you're in the trauma bond and you're in love, so you think that being next to each other is something that's great for you. Well, no, they're just reestablishing the connection with you, but they don't care about you. And now they're on one of their devices lathering up other sources of supply from all over the globe, claiming they're working. And you can't even look at their devices because if you do, they're going to say, what's your problem? This is my personal business. I'm doing work. Why are you jealous? Are you suspicious? Well, I can't believe this. I'm going to take this in the other room. You've been down that road before, so you don't dare do it. You finish the movie, and then you say, hey, time for bed. Let's just, let's go in the bedroom and fool around, or let's have some intimacy. And what do they say? I'll be out here a little bit longer because I've got some more things to do, and I've got to work all day tomorrow, and Monday's going to be a busy day. And now you're really being punished. But what's happening? This person's feeding off of your energy. You go to bed, and no one comes in the bedroom for hours, and you're trying to act like you're asleep. You're trying to go to sleep. You have both eyes wide open. You're listening to what's going on in the other room, and what's happening in the other room is giggling, chuckling, laughing, and somebody who is on cloud nine. Again, you don't know who they are. Eventually, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is, and this person comes in the bedroom, and they're quiet as a mouse. They brush their teeth, they get ready, they climb into bed really quietly, and they're all the way on the other side of the bed, far away from you. It's almost as if they don't want to disturb you, which is exactly what they don't want to do. You see, they just got supply from other people. They just fed off of other people's energy, and now they're in the same bed as you, feeding off of your energy. But remember, you didn't know who they were, and you didn't know what was taking place. So that night, you get through somehow, you get a couple hours sleep. Next morning, you wake up, and this person is again gone. Let's say it's 8 o'clock, and they're downstairs now, and they're cooking, and you're like, oh wow, they're gonna make breakfast. It's gonna be incredible. I can't believe this. And I clean the house, and everything's good. I'm getting brownie points, and I'm being a good little soldier. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Come downstairs, and breakfast has been made. But guess what? It's for one, and it's not for you. Coffee's been made, but it's for one, and it's not for you. And just when you get downstairs, that person turns out to be toxic. They take the last bite, they leave the plates where they are, or maybe they kind of throw them in the sink and say, listen, I've got work to do. I'll be someplace at my office. I'll be back at around 4. Maybe we can do something then. Now you are puzzled, you're bewildered, you're miffed. You don't know what's happening. Now you realize that you have to clean again. You also realize it's Sunday, and you need to conserve your energy. Pardon me. You also realize there's nothing you can do, because if you say something, that person is going to question you. Maybe they'll throw a rage fit on you and slam the door. Maybe they won't come back till tomorrow. Who knows? But if you don't say something, then you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But again, you didn't have this wisdom. You didn't know it. So you let them go. Now the whole day goes by, and again, what are you doing? You're being the indentured servant. You're being the unpaid helper. You're being the walking apology, and you are burning your energy because you're steaming, you're fuming. You can't believe another weekend has gone this way. Finally, it's the evening. This person comes home, and they are not in a good mood. Now, you are questioning and scratching your head and saying, why aren't they in a good mood? They just did whatever they wanted to Friday night, Saturday night. They claimed they were at work today. Well, what actually happened on that Sunday? Well, what happened is they went to the new supplies house, or on a rendezvous with the new supply in a hotel or a motel. Who knows where they were? But it didn't go too well for the narcissist this time, because the new supply didn't give them what they needed, which was adoration, attention, and supply. So now this person comes home to you, and yes, you were married to them as the example, or maybe it was boyfriend, girlfriend, who knows? And now you're being punished for what another person didn't provide for them. And here we go again. This rolls into Sunday night, being given the silent treatment. Monday rolls in, you have no sleep. You were sleeping on the couch, they were sleeping in the bedroom, or vice versa. There's no communication whatsoever. Your energy is zapped. They're topped up because they're controlling so many people's lives, and at the top of that list is yours. Monday rolls around, they wake up, they grab a shower, act like nothing happened, and they're off to work, and they say, hey, have a great day. I hope you enjoy your day today, and I'll text you during lunch hour, and I'll see you for dinner. And don't forget to pick up the steaks and pick up the burgers and pick up the pizza, whatever the food's gonna be. And you're like, are you kidding me? Well, there's energy going out the window. And there is a narcissistic abusive relationship on an average weekend, and I was very, very sugarcoating that. See, you can't win no matter how you cut it. Your energy is always going to be stolen from you. The narcissist will always feed off of your energy, and eventually what will happen? That relationship will dissolve, because each and every one of these relationships are on a train headed to Destructionsville. They all have an expiration date, and the person knows it, and now you know it. So this is why you must go no contact and block that person, get them off of your mind, get them out of your life, and cut the 4 ties: the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie, because your energy will continue to be taken from you as long as that person is in your life or they have access to you. Any way you cut it, if you're in the vicinity or the proximity, or if this person has access to you via any avenue of communication that has not been sealed airtight, they will continue to try to zap your energy and steal it. And this is their fuel. Remember, your oxygen is what allows you to breathe. You're a human being. They're a human being and they breathe oxygen too, but they need supply to exist. You cannot be a fuel source for an empty vessel any longer. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You're not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I'll share this and I'll close the video. I created this exact video, and truth be told, I believe the earlier version that I had created was a little fresher than this one. I mean, I think it was a little bit better. It doesn't mean this one wasn't good. I came very close. The thing is, it's at nighttime and I had a full day of sessions. So having said that, I shot the video, I'm creating it, and I'm posting it now, and I hope you all forgive me for being late. But the reason I was late again is because the narcissist energy, every once in a while, it gets in your device and there's nothing you can do about it. You could create the best video in the world and you could post it, but if it doesn't come out properly, that's not the way it's supposed to be seen, which is why I had to reshoot this. So that's the story. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And play the video, play it a few times, and recognize the narcissist feeds off of your energy. The narcissist needs supply, positive supply or negative supply. But if you're allowing them access to you and your whereabouts and your mindset and your hopes, dreams, aspirations, your money, your time, your relationships, hobbies, and anything else, they will take it all from you eventually. And you can never win when you're in these relationships. The only way to win is to cut them out of your life. If not now, when? I love you all. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I hope you like the background too. Bye.